Good morning, good day. How are you? What's going on? Well, it's another day. I woke up wide awake and didn't have anything I needed to do immediately. There are things that everyone needs to do every day, chores and things to-do lists you have to take care of. And it's like, I don't have to get at it right away. So I actually feel untethered, like an untethered balloon. I actually feel like I have all the time in the world, which is a strange illusion at my age, because literally I do not. But it's a great feeling. Anyways, good morning. How are you? A little bit of coffee. I hope you're enjoying your day. I started my day early today just for no reason. I woke up at 6, didn't have to. There are days that I have to get up at 5 or 6, and I think, I could use a little bit more sleep. Today, I could still be in bed, but I'm wide awake. What are you going to do, right? Some days are easy, some days are hard. Sometimes it's a hard day's night. Anyways, welcome to my little vlog, my sobriety vlog. I am now logging in. Man, it's Monday morning, April 13th, 2026. I have now been officially sober for 14,258 days. Keeping track is 39 years and 13 days, 468 months and 13 days. It's kind of weird. It's like you say 39 years and I go, oh, that's a big number. But when you say 468 months, it's like, is it a mortgage? That seems kind of average. I don't know. Anyways, today is one of those days where you can, at least me, I'm just relaxing, doing what I want to do. I just want to shoot a video and say good morning and let you know that things are well on my end. I hope they are with yours. I hope your sobriety is going well. I hope you're mending relationships with the world and with the people around you. That's important. And always have a chance to reflect on what you've done so you can kind of try to adjust and fix those things too. It can be humbling. I got this book a friend of mine gave me years ago, Happiness, One Day at a Time. And, when you're feeling aimless and you just untethered like I am today, and you're like, I don't really feel like I need focus on anything. I'm just going to enjoy life, listen to music and enjoy life and go about my day. But what if I wanted to just kind of sharpen a little perspective within me? And it's nice to look at these things because they remind you to do certain things or make things, they point out things for you. April 13th is admiration. That's a nice idea. Admiration is a feeling of joy and fulfillment we experience in the face of something or someone we see as beautiful and noble. I have the possibility of developing the ability to admire myself, good idea, and the people around me, fantastic, because we reflect back and forth to each other. I believe that I can even nurture admiration and use it in each of my relationships, business, personal, all kinds. Admiration is noble. It lifts me above the world of mockery, hatred, and conflict. I almost bit my tongue saying hatred. And it's true. If you admire someone, you're not going to look for reasons to hate them and get into a conflict, because there are some good things. It's like when people start using the Hitler word all the time lately, with classic lines like, I am offended that you call me that because I'm a Jewish person. It's like, well, then don't act like Hitler, Stephen Miller. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. I mean, call balls and strikes for what they are. You know what I mean? If you behave like Hitler, yeah, okay, cool. And I always mock people like that and say, well, I'm sure he had good table manners, but I just still wouldn't dine with him. You make your choices. You jump in the bed that you jump in. And sometimes you don't think people realize you're going to jump in the bed that you're going to keep secret. The next thing you know, it's exposed, and you're still in the bed trying to get up and put your cock in your pants and pull your pants up. You're already caught. All the other words ain't going to matter. You know, hatred, conflict. You know, if you're admiring someone, you can stick with those people. You don't have to hunt out people that, you know, oh, look at that's a good person I should hang around with, when you know it's not. I can find good in anybody. Why are you bothering? Some people just need to find their own way. And why would you want to just find a turd in the rough? Look for the diamonds. Shine up the ones that need to be shined. Today, I nurture admiration in all my relationships. I know it is important to establish a sound and lasting relationship. Admiration is one of the most important aspects of any relationship. Admiration. That's going to be my theme today. That's going to be my thought today. That's what's going to wander around in the empty attic of my head. And it's going to echo around and around and around. And I like to admire what I've done, pat myself a little bit on my back for my achievements. It's kind of funny because sometimes I might sound bold and loud about it, but there are times where people say, "Oh my God, you've been sober that long," and it takes me back, and I go, "Oh, yes, that was a very outward comment. Thank you. You startled me." Sometimes you don't expect it. I mean, I've heard it enough, but you don't expect it sometimes. And that's someone admiring my achievement, and that humbles me. Sometimes I feel actually uncomfortable with that type of admiration. And the reason why I have to look at myself, is because I feel like I'm not deserving of it sometimes. Well, why am I not deserving of it? What have I done lately in my personal life that's allowed me to think that I'm failing myself? Not in a major way, but just little ways. And those little ways tend to add up. Just like if you're in a relationship and the passion starts to dwindle, and you try to rekindle and try to get that teenage love and that passion and that I'm gonna hump like a bunny rabbit every day, and life sets in. And you have to go to work, and she has to go to work, and you have to get the car, and you have to get the oil change, and you have to pick up the kids from school, and you have to, oh God, what are you gonna have for dinner? Now we have to go. Life can sometimes pull you away, and when it's pulling you away, a little book like this, even if it's just for a moment, like this conversation, or later on today, it'll come and go and it'll pop in my head. And if someone says admiration, or I admire that, it's a buzzword. It's my latest thing I'm thinking of. And it helps me refocus on what I'm doing. It actually helps me be more focused on what I'm doing in my life at this moment, because we tend to just be doing our stuff and doing our chores and doing the things that we need to do, our day-to-day things, and try to achieve that and get through that and get to the other side. The other side would be going home, relaxing, putting your feet up and going, I did it, good job. Sometimes, if you're in a relationship, the other person isn't even there to tell you that because they're working. But even if they are, they're tired sitting on the couch next to you. And try to acknowledge them and admire them, and they can return the favor to you. If you just don't say anything, you sit in silence, you wonder if she's admiring you, or she's wondering if you even admire her. Wondering what you're even thinking about, sitting right next to someone and not even conversing. There's your opportunity to share something, even if it's a little bit. I did something the other day. It was like I felt vulnerable. I felt good. I got up. I got arthritis, and it comes and goes. And Kim wanted, she's putting a garden in the back, and we have these low little, I don't know what kind of funky little southern trees they are, but they kind of hang over. and they put shade on it. She wanted more sunlight. And she wanted me to have that clipped. And I thought, well, I have to get someone to do it. I'm not the country boy I used to be, which is humbling. And I'm not the strong person I used to be. I don't run marathons anymore. I just do 10,000 steps every day. Both my knees have been replaced by arthritis of fake knees, one of them twice. So there's no more running ever again. You can walk, you can bike, you can swim. That's it. No running. And I used to love running. After I quit doing drugs, I became quite an athlete and a marathon runner. So to have that also taken away from me was, that was a hard adjustment. Sometimes it still is. I even tell Kim when I'm walking in the park and someone that's over 60 comes running past me, I can't help it. Under my breath, I'm like, you son of a... I'm just envious and jealous. I can't help it. But yesterday, for whatever reason, and my arthritis will come and go. I've always got chronic pain, so I'll probably feel 3 to 4 levels of pain almost daily. Sometimes they spike up to 10. Those are really bad days, but they never last for the whole day, and they subside. But it's like when you start feeling 6, 7, 8, 10 levels of pain, 4 seems like an effing holiday. Where most people that had level 4 would go, God, I'm having a lousy day. I'm like, this is great. But every now and then it goes almost to 0, and I felt completely pain-free. So when I did it, got the things, and I just did it all myself. And she couldn't believe it. I said, look out the window, look what happened. She's like, what? And I said, I don't feel any pain today. I might as well do something with it, right? Because there's always tomorrow. And yeah, now it's my thumb, my wrist, my feet started last night, and then they subsided. But it was good to get out there again. But it's also humbling, embarrassing that I can't even do those simple things anymore. I used to always cut our own grass. I don't cut my grass anymore because the ground is hard and uneven. Yeah, like all ground in yards were. But for some reason, my hips, my knees, my ankles, my feet, I better to have tight-laced shoes in the restaurant on a level floor. Then I can keep going, and the pain isn't until much later. But if I'm cutting the grass, I'm not even done cutting the grass, and I'm in pain. Ridiculous and humbling, to say the least, you know. I used to always say back in the day when the arthritis started, I had to replace my knees in my 30s. I'm like, if I feel this effing lousy, how am I going to feel when I'm 80? Now I'm 65. I'm like, how am I going to feel when I'm 80 if this is going on right now? So it's kind of humbling, actually, and kind of shocking when stuff like that happens, because you have to readjust who you are. And there's Cece. And I even told her, I said, I felt pretty good. Yeah, dang, I felt like I was about 35. For a 65-year-old man, that's like, oh, that's a miracle. But when I was 35, I used to always think, God, dang, do I feel old? Man, I used to feel great when I was 17. What's going on here? You feel it. In the words of REM, their song, Feeling Gravity's Pull, you're feeling it, pulling you down, and it's constant. And then, she's got to be here now. She hears me talking to you, so she wants to be part of the game. Come on. She's my favorite. Oh, she's my favorite distraction. She sat on the camera. And she just booty popped the camera. Isn't that fun? Cats, you never know what they're going to do. They're kind of like teenagers, except less mouthy. But, our lives are all we have. And we interlock our lives with other lives, either our children, our friends, or our family, our coworkers. And those are relationships. And if you take the time today to try to pour a little admiration, look for something special that person's doing. Are they a good artist? Can they draw really good? Make a nice comment. Do they have a great way of just arranging flowers and making the kitchen look wonderful? Say it. If they dress nice and you like the way they look and the way they dress, say something to them. You know, it's like, I always say it's real easy. It costs you nothing to say something to someone, be nice to them. And this is a particular situation where that absolutely holds true. And you want to reach out, make a connection. Even if you already have a connection, there's nothing wrong with making it stronger. You know, there's a reason why you tell someone you love them every day, not, what? I love you. Of course I love you. Christ, I told you last month, didn't I? Don't I tell you on your birthday? You know, some of us don't even want to humble ourselves to our own loved ones that way. And we feel awkward, and we feel like we're being vulnerable, and you don't want to be that way. Nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Just don't let it inhibit you from trying to admire someone and say something to reconnect. Even I've said to this people that if I even see people that are strangers that are just walking past me looking at their shoes and they just happen to look up at me, I'm walking into the Circle K gas station and they're coming in and I open the door for them. They look up and go, and I go, how you doing? Have a good day. Wow, stranger was nice. What the hell? Sometimes they have preconceived notions, you know. They can look at me in Texas and go, oh, he's an old white guy. Got to be MAGA. I'm not. I don't belong to no clubs. Is right or wrong, not left or right politics. Just do what's right. If you do what's right and not wrong, people will come to you and realize that you're worth investing their time into. And it's another connection that you make with people. And it's important. It's important that you get out and you do anything. Like right now, I'm still feeling untethered, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm sipping some coffee and talking to you. Admiration is on my mind. I got some people that I'm gonna meet today, and I'm gonna look at them and try to admire and look to see what they do to inspire me. And I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna share it. I'm going to enhance their lives and enhance my life just by doing that. And that's what I think the theme will be for me today. I hope you have a good theme. I hope you come up with an idea, have a little book or a day-by-day book or a Narcotics Anonymous book. Just gives you a prayer, a thought, a theme for the day. And it gives you some kind of focus that you didn't have when you got up. Like I say, I was untethered. Untethered on day number 14,258 days of sobriety. Woo! I hope you're doing well on your journey. I really do. Comment, leave us a comment, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff so that we can go out and continue our outreach program and build on it. The Temple of Sobriety is tax exempt, so your money that you donate to us is tax exempt. Venmo, Cash App, Coffee, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, that allows us to get out there and help people. We're trying to help people like you and me that struggle from drugs and alcohol, and more importantly, help the children of families that are broken or trying to repair themselves, because children are collateral damage. We've all been damaged as children. Some of us more severe than others. We all have that little rip and that little tear in our soul, and we want to try to fill it as best we can. Can it ever be filled? There's always a new day to tear it open again. But by self-medicating with drugs and alcohol, it's only going to get worse. It never gets better. It numbs it right away. You don't even feel it. That's why it's the illusion of, it's a cure. No, it's not. You know what a hangover is. Shut up. Be an adult. Come on. Be realistic. You got people that you need to admire, people that want to admire you, and they certainly don't admire you when you come crawling in days after your party or whatever. It's not even funny after a while. And you're not going to have a normal life, job-wise, family, relationships. Nothing becomes normal, and that's painful, and you don't want to live that way. You want to try to recognize that and make that move. Try to admire yourself. Try to admire others. Use admiration as an inspiration. But with that being said, thank you. Your time is valuable, and you spent it with me, and I do appreciate it. I do encourage you to continue on your journey, continue going forward with your life and your relationships, and maintain your sobriety. And one day at a time, just keep building it. Every night I look over my shoulder, it's over 14,000 days. It's astonishing sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with being sober for 3 weeks. You're well on the way. There's nothing wrong with being sober for 5 years. Nice milestone. 10, congratulations. 7, lucky number. 5 is easily divisible by 10. You can get to 10 in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, almost 40 where I'm at. Took me a while to get there. It's all achievable. And I encourage you to continue on your path. And I leave you with that. Make sure you work on admiration. Make sure you work on yourself. Make sure you try to admire everyone around you and what's going on around you. In the words of Ringo, peace and love, everybody, peace and love. I love the fact that you joined me and you hung out with me. Thank you very much. Sending out love and support to everybody. Till the next time, bye-bye.